Do you know the top 5 leading causes of death among seniors that account for up to 99% of cases? Maybe you're thinking it's just normal for elderly people to pass away and that it's all part of God's plan. However, the truth is most of these deaths stem from risks you can actually prevent, yet seniors tend to overlook them all the time. The sad part is that when people finally realize this, it's often too late to improve their health. By then, you could already be in a hospital, confined to a wheelchair, or even worse, you might have passed away. In today's video, we'll share warnings about the 5 primary causes of death for seniors. This is really important because once you understand these risks, you can take action to safeguard yourself and extend your life in ways you never imagined possible. Some of these causes you might already recognize, and they seem pretty obvious, but others might surprise you. Here's what I want to tell you: fully grasping these causes is your first step toward avoiding them. That's where it begins, and from there, you'll figure out what steps to take, how to live your life, and what foods to include in your diet. Stay with me until the end of this video because all of these can be avoided with just small changes in your everyday habits. Many people have managed to do it, and whether you will too depends entirely on you and if you're willing to make it happen. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please support us by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, drop a 1 in the comments. If you don't, leave a 0 so I know and can make future videos better for you. Now, let's get going. Number 1, heart disease. For seniors, especially those over 70, heart disease isn't rare anymore. It's become one of the leading causes of death. As you age, your cardiovascular system gradually weakens. Your blood vessels lose their elasticity, your heart muscle doesn't pump as effectively, and factors like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes increase the chances of serious heart issues. In older adults, heart disease often develops quietly without obvious signs. Many folks just feel a little tired, notice mild chest tightness, or get short of breath when walking or climbing stairs, but they chalk it up to normal aging and ignore it. However, these could be early signals of problems like heart failure, reduced blood flow to the heart, or even more dangerous conditions like a heart attack or stroke. One of the scariest risks with heart disease in seniors is how poorly they recover. When your heart's already weak, a heart attack or sudden blood pressure spike can leave you unable to move, paralyzed, or even dead in no time if help doesn't arrive fast. Beyond that, heart disease takes a toll on your quality of life. You're constantly exhausted, sleep poorly, and eat less, which weakens your immune system and makes you more vulnerable to other illnesses. Heart disease doesn't strike out of the blue. It builds up slowly over years from a mix of different causes. One major trigger is high blood pressure, a silent issue that puts heavy strain on your heart, forcing it to work overtime for years, leading to heart failure or other severe complications. Then there's an unhealthy diet loaded with too much saturated fat, salt, and refined sugar, which contributes to hardened arteries and high cholesterol, narrowing your blood vessels and blocking blood flow to the heart. An inactive lifestyle, sitting around too much, smoking, and drinking alcohol are habits that gradually weaken your heart without you even noticing. In seniors, the natural aging process makes blood vessel walls less flexible and slows circulation, which can easily lead to irregular heartbeats or reduced heart function. Other existing conditions like diabetes, obesity, and high cholesterol also speed up heart disease if they're not controlled well. Genetics matter too. If someone in your family has had heart disease, your risk is higher. That's why understanding these causes empowers us to take active steps to protect and strengthen our hearts daily. But heart disease isn't an automatic death sentence. If you catch it early and manage it with proper care, nutrition, and exercise, seniors can absolutely live healthy, joyful lives and add more years. Start with a good diet. Keep your daily salt intake below 5 grams to avoid high blood pressure. Don't overdo it with fried foods or processed stuff. Use more plant-based oils like olive or soybean oil. Include plenty of green vegetables in your meals every day. Stick to a sensible daily exercise routine. Always keep your mind relaxed and avoid things that stress you out, especially if you've got high blood pressure. Most importantly, sleep on schedule and get enough rest. Number 2, falls and injuries. Falls and injuries are a silent yet very serious danger for seniors. It's a risk that most people overlook and don't see as critical as other health issues. But they happen in ways you can't always prevent, like a slippery floor or a dizzy spell. The consequences can include head injuries or broken bones in your hips, legs, or arms, any of which can threaten your life at any moment. As your body ages, your bones and joints grow fragile, your reflexes slow down, and your ability to stay balanced drops sharply. A small fall might not faze a young person, but for a senior, it can set off a chain of major problems, from hip fractures and spinal damage to brain trauma. Many seniors who fall can't walk like before, lose the ability to care for themselves, or in the worst cases, die from complications afterward. According to the World Health Organization, about 37.3 million seniors worldwide suffer serious falls each year that send them to emergency rooms or hospitals. The risk of falling climbs higher when seniors have conditions like osteoporosis, Parkinson's, diabetes that numbs their feet, low blood pressure causing dizziness when standing, or vision issues. Plus, taking medications like sedatives, sleeping pills, or blood pressure drugs can make you dizzy, throw off your balance, and increase your chances of falling. Many seniors also live in unsafe setups, like homes with slippery floors, dim lighting, or no handrails in the bathroom, where a single misstep can lead to disaster. Falls don't just hurt you physically. They take a big mental toll too. The fear of falling again makes many people anxious, reluctant to move, and disconnected from others, which can spiral into depression, faster physical decline, and the loss of confidence and independence that are so vital for a good life in old age. So, preventing falls isn't just about being careful in your daily routine. It should be a key part of overall health care for seniors. Families need to help seniors live in safer environments, install handrails where necessary, remove slippery rugs, ensure plenty of lighting, and arrange things neatly within reach. Also, encourage seniors to do light exercises like walking, Tai Chi, or simple balance moves to keep their muscles and joints flexible and stable. At the same time, their diet should include enough calcium, vitamin D, and protein to strengthen bones and lower the risk of osteoporosis. Number 3, respiratory diseases. For seniors, especially those over 75, your lungs aren't the dependable allies they were in your younger days. They gradually lose flexibility, strength, and the ability to fend off outside threats. What's alarming is that minor respiratory problems, like a dry cough or heavy breathing, can quickly turn serious. After 75, respiratory diseases are listed as one of the top causes of death in seniors, not because they're especially deadly or silent or strike fast, but because people often don't take them seriously enough. I once knew Mrs. Clara, a 78-year-old woman who lived nearby. She loved tending flowers and was always out in her garden with a bright smile. But a few years ago, she started coughing a lot, just lightly at first after working outside. She said, "It's probably just old age, everyone gets it." But the cough kept going, paired with wheezing, and she eventually ended up in the hospital with COPD. It's tough to think that if she'd paid attention sooner, things might have turned out differently. One troubling thing is that respiratory issues in seniors don't often show clear symptoms like they do in younger people. Many just have a mild cough, slight shortness of breath, or lingering fatigue and don't think it's a sickness. That's why so many cases don't reach the hospital until late, when the condition has worsened, leading to dangerous outcomes like respiratory failure, severe pneumonia, or even death, especially during cold seasons or after a common flu. On top of that, seniors' immune systems weaken with age, making them more prone to infections and slower to recover once they're sick. Those with conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or a past of smoking face even greater risks. Using medications gets trickier too, as declining liver and kidney function in seniors can cause side effects or drug interactions. It's not just physical either. Respiratory diseases hit seniors' mental health hard. Constant coughing, trouble breathing when moving, sleeping, or even talking wears them out, keeps them awake, and 288288 and slowly pulls them inward, easily leading to depression, isolation, and losing the joy of life. Danger doesn't just come from internal illnesses either. It's from the environment too. Polluted air, street dust, or even mold at home can silently damage your lungs. People in big cities, where the air's thick with fine PM 2.5 particles, often face higher risks without knowing it. Also, smoking habits, even if you quit long ago, leave lasting effects in your lungs for decades. For those with existing conditions like asthma or COPD, these factors are like pouring gas on a fire, making things much worse. But don't panic too much. Your lungs are like any part of your body. They need regular daily care to function better. One simple way is staying active. When you walk, breathe deeply, or even stretch a bit, your lungs get exercise, expanding, improving airflow, and clearing out built-up mucus. On the other hand, if you sit still too long, your lungs can't work at full capacity, get sluggish, and become more prone to infections or losing function over time. I once read a study saying seniors who walk 30 minutes daily cut their risk of serious respiratory issues by 20%. Respiratory diseases aren't unavoidable. They're dangerous, sure, but you can manage them if you act fast. Always listen to your body. Everything in it reflects your health. Your lungs are a silent partner, working non-stop to keep you alive. Don't let them struggle alone. Take care of them today, even with small steps, and it can give you many more years of health and freedom ahead. Number 4, stroke. Up to 85% of elderly deaths come from heart attacks and strokes. Strokes are silent killers. They don't have clear or exact signs and happen suddenly, but they bring extremely serious consequences. Sudden chest pain, unexpected shortness of breath, or dizziness are signals to watch for before the worst hits. Do you get those often? At 75, your health and cardiovascular system face lots of aging issues. That's why strokes are seen as one of the top risks causing death in seniors. What's terrifying about a stroke is that when it hits you, it doesn't offer a second chance. What it brings is beyond imagination and lasts forever for the rest of your time. Mr. Henry, 76, was a small guy but always full of energy. He loved sitting and telling stories from the old days, biking mail around the village, his eyes sparkling every time he remembered. One afternoon, I stopped by, saw him with his tea, smiling gently as usual. But a few minutes later, his hand trembled, the teacup fell and broke on the floor, his speech choked, and his face twisted. His family panicked and rushed him to the ER, and thankfully he survived. But those legs that used to zip around now need a cane, and his smile carries a bit of sadness now. Seeing him, I can't help but wonder, if we'd noticed more, could it have been different? A stroke happens when blood can't reach your brain, either from a small clot blocking the way or a blood vessel bursting suddenly. Just a few minutes without oxygen, and brain cells start dying. It might be mild, like confusion or brief limb weakness, but it can also be devastating, half your body paralyzed, speech gone, or worse, never waking up. What's insane is that every minute during a stroke, millions of brain cells vanish. The biggest cause is high blood pressure. It's like a quiet destroyer, pressing on your blood vessels day after day, making them fragile, easy to burst, or clog. What freaks me out is it has no obvious symptoms. No pain, no fatigue, nothing to warn you until the stroke hits like a surprise punch. Then there's irregular heartbeat, called atrial fibrillation, which many seniors have without knowing. The heart beats, blood pools, and clots. Form. Your diet and lifestyle play a huge role too. Meals packed with salt, bad fats, and fried stuff over years narrow your blood vessels, making blood struggle to flow. Not moving much thickens your blood, slows circulation, and sets up clots. Stress adds to it too. When you're stressed out for long stretches, blood pressure rises, your heart overworks, and the risk creeps up silently. So what can we do to stop it? It doesn't need to be complicated or frightening. First, always check your blood pressure regularly. If you've got blood pressure problems, see a doctor for solid advice to fix it. Eating matters a lot too. Add more greens and fish, cut back on salt and fried foods a bit, and your blood vessels will flow better. Moving helps too. Just walk around the house, stretch every morning. Number 5, memory loss and cognitive decline. When you're over 70, your body takes the quietest hits from aging. And one really painful truth for seniors is losing their memory and awareness of themselves. That directly affects your life, your daily habits, and your independence. It's a heavy burden for seniors. Memory loss and cognitive decline show up with signs that progress in ways hard to catch easily. They start with small, simple things you don't even notice. But over the years, those signs get more frequent and last longer until you don't recognize yourself or the person next to you. Your ability to handle daily tasks, manage your work, or make decisions gets restricted. And for many, it's not just an annoyance. It becomes a threat to life. Dementia and Alzheimer's don't just mess with your mind. They put your whole body at risk. When your cognitive function drops, your ability to take care of your own health drops too. Simple stuff like remembering to take meds, eating balanced meals, or spotting sickness symptoms gets harder and harder. Lots of times, seniors with memory loss or cognitive decline signs can't recall where they put their house keys or go shopping and forget how to get back home. Worse, it can lead to dangerous accidents like leaving the gas stove on while cooking, risking a fire or explosion. Or you might wander outside at night, easily causing unwanted accidents. There's a story about Mrs. N, 76 now. She had signs of memory loss and cognitive decline but didn't tell her family. One evening, she was cooking dinner for her husband before he got back from exercising, but she forgot the food on the stove. When her husband came home, he saw smoke and smelled burning food all over the kitchen where she'd been. He rushed to turn off the stove, opened the windows, then went looking for her and found Mrs. N sitting alone in the living room, her eyes blank. That's when he realized his wife was facing memory issues from old age. And for many seniors, this leads to a tragic reality, losing their independence. They might not be able to live alone safely anymore, and without proper care, their health crashes faster. The scariest thing is many don't realize they're going through cognitive decline until it's already bad. Early signs like forgetting names, struggling to follow conversations, or losing important stuff often get brushed off as just aging. But really, these small alerts are your brain telling you something's changing. The sooner you act, the better chance you have to slow it down and keep a sharp, healthy mind for years to come. One of the best ways to protect your brain is keeping it active. Just like your body's muscles, your brain needs exercise to stay strong. Reading books, learning new skills, solving puzzles, or even having deep talks keeps your brain going and lowers the risk of decline. And here's something many miss: physical exercise is as crucial for your brain as mental work. Movement boosts blood flow to your brain, safeguarding memory and thinking skills. Another big factor is staying social. Isolation and loneliness speed up mental decline big time. Chatting regularly, meeting friends, and joining community stuff can truly keep your brain sharp longer. The more you challenge your mind with new experiences and meaningful connections, the tougher it gets. And of course, diet plays a huge role. What you eat hits your brain directly. Omega-3s, antioxidants, and vitamins in foods like greens, berries, and nuts protect against decline. On the other hand, too much processed food, sugar, and bad fat stir up brain inflammation, raising dementia risk. A healthy brain starts with a healthy body, and the choices you make today can shape how you think and function in the years ahead. Memory and cognitive decline aren't an inevitable part of aging. By taking the right steps now, keeping your mind and body active, staying connected with others, and choosing smart foods, you can cut your risk a lot. Your brain's like any other part of you. The more you care for it, the stronger it stays. Take a moment to think about the issues we've covered here: heart disease, falls, respiratory diseases, strokes, and finally memory loss. Those are the 5 biggest causes of death for people over 70. But always remember this: these 5 things can be improved and avoided if you step up and do something about it. Now think about your daily habits. Is there something you need to change? Maybe you should look at your diet and daily menu to see if it's solid. Maybe you'll carve out more time for physical activity. Maybe you'll focus on regular checkups to keep tabs on your health the best way possible. And the last key thing is to widen your living space with the people around you. Talk and hang out with friends to keep your mind and life vibrant. But don't try to change everything at once. That's really hard. Pick one thing you think you can nail starting tomorrow and go for it. Then things will fall into place, and your life will be in your hands to live long and full of health. Every day's a chance to take care of yourself, and the choices you make today can decide how strong and active you'll be in the years ahead. Thanks for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts mean a lot to us, so don't hold back. Reading your comments gives us a boost and keeps us going. If you liked this video and found it useful, please hit like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep making good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.